Hi, everyone. My name is Jim Nemitz, and I'm the president of the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine, and I'm here with my colleague.
I'm Davina Panot, the Associate Dean for Research and Sponsored Programs at WVSOM.
We recently hosted an incredible event on our campus that we call WVSOM Bio. And it started off with a groundbreaking for our $35 million expansion of our research facility to offer more research opportunity for our students and faculty. But it was followed by an economic development forum. And the reason for that is when we were designing this building, we created a third floor shell because what we want to do is we want to bring and create a biotech hub here in the Greenbrier Valley.
The panels were excellent with a breadth of expertise ranging from research to policy to commercialization, and they had discussions on bioscience opportunities at WVSOM in the Greenbrier Valley and the state of West Virginia.
The panels were incredible. We had experts from the federal, state, and local levels talking about creating a biotech hub here in the Greenbrier Valley. So if you couldn't attend or you'd like to see the panels again, please tune in and watch them on our website.
And if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me or Don Smith at WVSOM.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WVSOM. We'd like to take this opportunity for the celebration of our $35 million groundbreaking ceremony of the expansion of the Fredric W. Smith Science Building. My name is Sheldon Mullins. I am the WVSOM Foundation Development Officer, and I have the privilege to be your announcer for the evening. Please note that there will be a public reception immediately following tonight's event located here in the Student Center right outside in the pre-function area. We would also like to note that WVSOM is sponsoring live music tonight downtown at Hill and Holler beginning at 9 p.m. And now it is my honor to call WVSOM President Dr. James Nemitz to the podium to begin our ceremony.
Well, hi, everyone. It's great to see everybody. I think we made the right call on the weather and moved everybody in, and actually it's more comfortable here inside anyway with AC. I see so many friends and supporters who have come from all over the state to be at this event, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you so very much to the members on our stage. Thank you for being here and being part of this. You know, this is a really big deal for us. To receive $35 million in appropriations to expand our research infrastructure is really significant. The building that is going to be expanded, the Fredric W. Smith Science Building, opened in 1991. And it was actually, I've been here 40-some years, and it was the first new building on our campus since the school was created in the mid-70s. I remember looking out my faculty window, I was a faculty member at the time, and seeing this building being erected, which then went on to house my research lab and my teaching lab. Our gross anatomy facility is in that building. While this building has been incredibly valuable to us in terms of medical education and our research efforts, the building currently is operating at capacity, lacks room for expansion, and is also in need of renovation to correct and improve functionality. But the big thing is it hinders us from growing faculty and student research, growth of future graduate programs. We just started our first graduate program a year ago, very successful. We doubled the size of it this year. And then developing some economic development projects in the Greenbrier Valley. And so what we did was when we were putting together our master plan a number of years ago, You know, I said to the administration and to the Board of Governors, we need an inspirational project. We need something that will move WVSOM forward. And there is need. There is need to improve the existing research facility to provide opportunities for our students and for our faculty and staff. And so we put that together. And as I said, it was inspirational. We didn't know where the funding was going to come from. And as you'll find out, the funding came, and we're able to move forward. I want to tell you why this is important. It's important to our students, to our osteopathic medical students. It's important to the state, because what has happened in the residency world, you know, students come here for 4 years. They spend 2 years here in Lewisburg, and then they go out throughout the state in our statewide campus. But then the next step is residency. And residencies are highly competitive. And one of the filters that is now being used by residency directors is, did you do research? What's your publication list look like? And so we realized that we needed to take care of our students. And really what this addition is, and what this improvement of the existing building is all about, it's about helping our faculty to help our students get the residencies they so deserve. And so what the expansion does is it enables us to grow our program, to attract new investigators, to attract new support staff. So we're going to grow the economy here in Greenbrier Valley with this project to add additional research opportunities for our students. The project will modernize the existing facility, and it will increase the facility to 54,000 square feet. This building will also impact our ability to attract new students to our program. And if you've been paying attention to higher education news, there are going to be challenges in the future with enrollment. There are fewer students out there because of declining birth rates. We want to be as competitive as we can. And so we want to attract new students here to the Greenbrier Valley and to West Virginia. But the other main point that I want to make is this. When we were designing this building, I said, we need to create a third floor. We need to create a shell, a space that we could then use to create a Greenbrier Valley Bio Hub. And working with partners and companies with access to WVSOM and serving as an economic development project for the region. And we have accomplished that with our great architectural team here, Edward Tucker from Huntington, and others that participated in the development of this. And they figured out a way to give us that third floor. Because what WVSOM is doing is we're focusing on economic development with this project. We're building public and private partnerships, and we're working to attract investment at the new facility in the region and to West Virginia. Because when we think about our role in the state, we think of the entire state. We don't think just of Greenbrier Valley. So that is going to be the subject of our Bio Summit tomorrow. I hope that you can stay over and join us for that, because we are going to be discussing this with people at the federal, state, local, and school level. Now, I just want to quickly talk about the funding. This expansion of our research infrastructure would not have happened without the work of the people here on this stage. We initiated the effort with the support of the WVSOM Board of Governors, and we have our chairman, our current chairman, Dr. Fredric W, orthopedic surgeon down in Princeton Community Hospital, DO, class of 1991. Dr. Morgan, can you write that? Dr. Morgan. Funding and support came from both federal and state levels, and we would not be here today having a ceremonial groundbreaking if it wasn't for their efforts to support WVSOM's needs and the needs of our students. Unfortunately, one of our big champions, when he was governor, Senator Jim Justice, couldn't make it today. But certainly he was one of our big champions. But also Congresswoman Carol Miller, who is here with us today. One of our biggest champions and supporters, West Virginia Delegate Vernon Criss, chair of the West Virginia House of Finance, the West Virginia House Finance Committee. He was instrumental in this project. And then U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito, who couldn't be here today, but her representative, Todd Gunter, is the senior field representative and is here to represent Senator Capito. These are the people we're here to thank today, and all those in the legislature that made this possible. I just want to quickly go through how we received the funding. Early in 2023, we received a sort of like a pilot appropriation in federal funds of $325,000, championed by Senators Joe Manchin and Shelley Moore Capito to develop a plan. Then later on in 2023, Governor Jim Justice, in cooperation with Senate President Craig Blair and Speaker of the House Roger Hanshaw, working at the request of the House Finance Committee Chair Vernon Criss, the governor included $29 million in the annual budget bill from the state surplus fund for renovation and expansion of the building. The final budget bill, House Bill 2024, was approved by the West Virginia legislature on March 10, 2023. And I will tell you, Delegate Criss supported WVSOM and shepherded that bill through the legislative process, and then Governor Justice signed the bill into law. In July of 2023, the U.S. Senate Appropriations Committee approved $6 million to help fund the expansion of the Fredric W. Smith Science Building in the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services appropriation bill. At that time, West Virginia Senators Shelley Moore Capito and Joe Manchin, both members of the Appropriations Committee, supported this congressionally directed spending project. U.S. Congresswoman Carol Miller championed the request and helped protect the funding in the House. Today, after all that work, we are here to break ground so that we can provide more research and more opportunity for WVSOM and for West Virginia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Nimitz. Now we welcome Dr. Fred Morgan, DO, Chair of the WVSOM Board of Governors, to the podium.
Thank you. Good afternoon, and welcome from the Board of Governors to what is a very proud and important day for the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine. When President Nimitz and the administration recommended this enhancement to both promote research opportunities for our students and the school's ability to attract students interested in research, obviously, the board was very supportive. The Board of Governors is proud that the school, in line with its mission statement, works to advance the health and well-being of all West Virginians and others throughout our country, incorporating cutting-edge technology, pioneering research, and immersive clinical experiences. We applaud Dr. Nimitz today, the administration, faculty, and staff for their efforts to promote this project. We would especially like to thank both our federal and state representatives for providing the funding and support that has made this day possible, and we certainly appreciate all of you being here with us today as well. The board is also very supportive of Dr. Nimit's plan for a Greenbrier Valley Bio Hub. This Bio Hub will provide companies and partners to access WVSOM and serve as an important economic development resource for both our school and actually the entire region. The science building opened in 1991, the year that I graduated from WVSOM, and it was dedicated to Fredric Smith, who I knew very well. He served our school in many capacities for many years, and he was the executive vice president. And I know that he would be extremely proud today of what we've accomplished. I'd like to offer a sincere thank you from the Board of Governors for all of you who made it here today and all of you who've helped make this historic day possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Morgan. And now, please welcome U.S. Congresswoman Carol Miller to the podium.
There we go. Thank you. I am so thrilled to be here this evening, and I'm really thrilled to be inside because if you all look behind you, it is absolutely pouring. I don't like to repeat what people have already said, and being the third speaker, I will tell you how exciting it is to be here for this expansion, the $35 million, into this building. When President Nimitz mentioned about research, here we go. Because it is so important that we do have research here, and we can do it in a modern facility. It will also allow the faculty and the students to collaborate on so many things, histology, microbiology, the imaging, all of those things. But I'm from West Virginia. I'm also serving on the Ways and Means Health Subcommittee, and I understand West Virginia's challenges with the obesity, the diabetes, the cancer, and the cardiovascular disease. And we are going to be doing that kind of research right here. And I also want to commend WVSOM for their commitment, absolute commitment to provide their students with this opportunity to be right here. I do want to tip my hat to Vernon Christ, whom I served with in the State House. He has his hand on the Finance Committee, and it was a big deal. And none of these things can happen without private and public, both state and federal investment. And it all is pulled together into this wonderful, wonderful building that will happen. This year, with me being on the Health Committee and moving forward after the One Big Beautiful Bill, the Ways and Means Committee is going to be focusing on health, which excites me being on that committee. This past year, I introduced the Community Teams Act, which will create a grant program to provide community-based training for medical students in rural and medically underserved communities. Does that not sound like us right here? Not only does the bill provide our medical students with the opportunity to learn from and adapt to the challenges that we have in our rural areas, as well as the research that they'll be doing, but they're also 3 times more likely to stay here, to come back. Because once you get to know the people in our rural areas, you love them, and they will come back and serve us. So I am just so honored to have been a part of this, because we all are parts, and I could help shepherd it through the House. That I just want to thank you all. God bless you. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. God bless.
Thank you, Congresswoman Miller. And now, please welcome to the podium West Virginia House of Delegates member and chairman of the House Finance Committee, Delegate Vernon Christ.
Thank you very much. This has been a long road for Jim and for you all. And to my colleagues that are here, please stand so they can see Jeff, Tom. These are two state senators and your local delegate that has also been instrumental in making sure that these dollars came to the osteopath school. As we have over the past 10 years, and my colleagues in the House and the Senate, we recognize our failing infrastructure throughout the state. We have put money into roads. We've put money into our parks. We've put money into broadband. We have taken and looked at our infrastructures at the higher education levels, and we have adjusted so that we continue to put money into those things. We know that our future is based on our education. We want to do the right thing, and I believe we have done the right thing for the osteopath school. I may not live long enough to see the results, but we know down the road, 20 or 25 years from now, this will be a gem in the state of West Virginia. So I thank you, and I appreciate your opportunity to be here. And thanks, Jim, for having us.
Thank you. And now, please welcome Senior Field Representative for U.S. Shelley Moore Capito, Mr. Todd Gunter.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here today. I'll be short and sweet. I have greetings from United States Senator Shelley Moore Capito. It is my honor as West Virginia's senior United States Senator to congratulate the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine on the groundbreaking ceremony for the expansion of the Fredric W. Smith Science Building. Although I'm unable to join you in person today, I want you to know how proud I am to have supported this project and the School of Osteopathic Medicine for many years. As a member of the Senate Appropriations Committee and the chair of the Subcommittee on Labor, Health and Human Services and Education, I am uniquely positioned to advocate for many of West Virginia's top priorities. Through the Senate's congressionally directed spending process, I was able to secure $325,000 for this project's planning stage and another $6 million from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to help construct and equip the expanded facility. Now, let me be clear. This is your money, and I am committed to returning as much of it to West Virginia as I possibly can. We must continue to invest in our workforce, health, education, and most importantly, our people. Today's celebration would not be possible without the vision and dedication of President Jim Nimitz, the Board of Governors, and the entire team here at WVSOM. I would also like to recognize my colleagues, Senator Jim Justice and Congresswoman Carol Miller, who I am proud to stand alongside as we fight for our beloved state in Washington, D.C. Finally, to the students in attendance today, our future doctors, thank you for choosing WVSOM, and good luck as you begin your school year. You make me proud to serve the great state of West Virginia and the United States Senate. Thank you all so much.
And now we ask that the following dignitaries please join us on stage for a ceremonial groundbreaking. Please note, we will be using ceremonial dirt for the picture. West Virginia Senator Vince Deeds. West Virginia Senator Tom Takubo, D.O. West Virginia Delegate Jeff Campbell. Lewisburg Mayor Beverly White. Greenbrier County Commissioner Tammy Tinchner. And Phoebe Patton Randolph, President of Edward Tucker Architects. Thank you. And now we ask that the following dignitaries please join us on stage. WVSOM Chief Academic Officer Linda Boyd, DO. WVSOM Academic Dean for Research and Sponsored Programs, Davinia Panath. WVSOM Chief Financial Officer Justin McAllister. WVSOM Chief Operations Officer Dreama Hill, PhD. WVSOM Chief Human Resources Officer Leslie Bixler. WVSOM Center for Rural and Community Health Executive Director Brian Hendricks, PhD. Greenbrier Valley Economic Development Corporation Representative Ruthana Beasley. Representing ACOM, Julie Crockett. WVSOM Foundation Board of Directors President Bradley Harris. WVSOM Alumni Association Board of Directors President Manny Ballas, DO. West Virginia Osteopathic Medical Association President Michael Antolini, DO. WVSOM Associate Professor of Biomedical Sciences Matthew Williams, PhD. And WVSOM Associate Professor of Biomedical Sciences Shinichi Asano, PhD.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad they're inside, too. It looks terrible out there. I'd like to say a few words, and this is going to be very short. One is the fact that we've talked about how important research is to the students, and I can't emphasize that as much either. With the way medicine is turning for students, if they don't have that research, they're not going to get a residency. They're certainly not going to get the residency they want. But what I would like people to remember is, the Alumni Association represents, number one, the alumni, number two, the students, and number three, this wonderful, wonderful institution. And I could tell you that sometimes doctors have wonderful ideas for research too. So I would hope that all this talk about research will not inhibit them from being able to use these research facilities as well. Now, just to point out my age, I actually had a shovel at the ground baking on the first science building. Anybody else here have that? I was the Student Government Association president that year, and I got to do that. So this is two shovels for me. But anyway, this is very important to the school. It's very important to the state. And it's wonderful that we had people to support this, and we will take this on into the future. Thank you so very, very much.
This concludes our groundbreaking ceremony. Now a public reception will begin in the pre-function area through the back doors. We do invite you to join us. As a reminder, live music is being sponsored by WVSOM at Hill and Holler this evening in downtown beginning at 9 p.m. Tomorrow's Economic Development Forum in the Student Center will begin at approximately 8:45 a.m. with breakfast served beginning at 8. We thank you again for attending tonight's ceremony, and please have a safe trip home.